And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, we're blessed and highly favored here in the Consumer Quarterback Show studios here at Salem Media, and we got Rodrigo Torre joining us today. Mold Solutions, Jennie Restrepo, Blaze Ignolia, the CFO for the state of Florida. He's on fire lately. If you haven't seen some of his videos, some of his posts, you got to follow him on X. He has uncovered a lot of excessive waste, we'll call it. Some say, it's kind of bordering on the waste, fraud, and abuse thing, but this is, you got Orange County, $200 million, Jacksonville, Duval, $200 million. You have, a small city, I'll come back to that one, Hillsborough County, right here in Tampa Bay, Hillsborough County, $279 million in excessive spending. So there's a lot of debate on, what does that mean? What's actually characterized as that? But let's look at this one. $250 million in Hillsborough County given to nonprofits over the last 10 years. And you know how that can go. The nonprofit has a name, and then all of a sudden there's a little nepotism in there, people getting kickbacks. Who knows? Let's investigate it. Let's open up the books. But again, remember, we talked in previous shows, they decided not to open up the books. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about that. Also, one of the largest race-based discriminations in the country's history. This is a federal issue under the Biden era initiative. Relating to homeowner-assisted funds, dealing with COVID, back when they were printing billions and billions of dollars. We're going to talk about that. Also, some latest stats. We've got the latest market stats here. Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, Pasco County. We've got the latest stats that kind of break down the absorption rates, the month's supply of inventory. So we greatly appreciate everybody that supports the show by calling our hotline and supporting the local companies that are involved with our show. We are a consumer advocate. It's all about helping you understand your buying decisions, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So thanks for reaching out at consumerqb.com. You can submit an email form from our website, consumerqb.com. The email comes directly to me. And also call the hotline as well. You can call the hotline. It's 813-917-1894. We promise to get back to you before our head hits the pillow. That's 813-917-1894. And, of course, real estate, mortgage, finance, estate planning, tax planning, buying, selling, investing, refinancing. We would love to talk to you. We also have Mold Solutions in studio here today. We're going to talk about some of the underlying health issues that you sometimes find when you have mold in your home, offices potentially. So Rodrigo Torre and his sidekick there, Aspen, the mold-sniffing dog, has been growing in popularity. So we'll talk a little bit about that coming up as well. Also, the U.S. economy grew at a 3.8% rate in the second quarter, significantly stronger than previously reported. So it's interesting how those numbers come in, and they sometimes get adjusted up, sometimes they get adjusted down. But the U.S. economy comeback is in the second quarter, just revised higher. An economist estimate that momentum carried on the third quarter, underscoring the resilience of the world's largest economy. Gross domestic product, GDP, the broadest measures of economic output, rose at an annualized rate of 3.8% from April to June, the Commerce Department said on Thursday. In its third and final estimate, that's significantly higher than the 3.3% rate reported in the second estimate, and well above the 3% initially estimated. So, yeah, rates are looking good. We've got rates kind of coming back down. Might be a good idea to take a look at a refinance on your home. Maybe your business has a high rate. Maybe you've got some higher interest rate credit card debt. Great time. We had several calls last week of people looking to explore a refinance option so they can access their equity. And here's an interesting stat as well. Over 2/3 of homeowners have paid off their mortgage or have at least 50% of equity. Kind of an interesting chart that we talked about in one of our mastermind groups this week with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. So some good stuff happening. And as you know, we always like to feature our real estate listings live on air. It's part of a strategy that helps us sell faster for more money and less headaches for our sellers. We take great pride in maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. Here's a brand new listing at 9914 Ala Vista Drive. That's in Gibsonton, Florida, Hillsborough County. Just went live, and it's a great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You got a 3.3, 1922 square feet, elevated stilt home. This one's nestled on a canal of the Alafaya River with direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Check out that backyard, man. You got beautiful views there. Looks like you're sitting on a canal/bayou. Beautiful property. Ground level offers your parking for 3 vehicles, covered tiki bar, spacious entertaining area, and what a gorgeous home. So great opportunity there. 9914 Ala Vista Drive in Gibsonton, Florida. Elevated stilt home. You got RV parking, got a 12,000-pound boat lift, 1,000-pound jet ski lift. Man, what a beautiful property. I love that one. That's a great listing from our team, the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Bring your boats, bring your jet skis. Enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest. All right, we got another listing here at 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor. Another one of my favorite listings. This one is an estate-style home. You're in Cobb's Landing, Palm Harbor. High-end luxury neighborhood. You're on Lake Tarpon as well. The neighborhood itself is on Lake Tarpon. This one's 3 bedrooms plus an office, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, over 3,000 square feet. Lot size is over 1/3 of an acre. Now, you got a ground level master bedroom as well. That's important as you're kind of aging in your home. You don't want to be going up and down stairs to get to your bedroom. Private pool with outdoor entertainment area, private marina with boat slips and a ramp onto Lake Tarpon, gated tennis and basketball courts, waterfront park, playground, and scenic walking trails. So you back your boat down, you cruise out, you go fishing, you go jet skiing, you take the kids out, put them on the tube. I used to love to put my daughter on the tube, and if she was bad that week, or a little pain that week, I would go a little extra fast, when they're making the big turns and on the tube. You know what I mean? Over. Yeah, there you go. See if I can flip them off of there. But anyways, have some fun. Go out to Lake Tarpon, have a great time, and enjoy that lifestyle of Florida that we have here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Only in America.
All right, good stuff. Let's go ahead and welcome in Rodrigo Torre. Welcome back, sir.
Good to be back. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming in. And you got your sidekick there, Aspen.
We've been getting a lot of calls for Aspen.
Yeah.
A lot of calls.
She's blowing up on Instagram, too?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Canine Mold Inspection.
Canine Mold Inspection.
Is her Instagram.
The handle?
Yeah. So
nice.
She's done a great job. Yesterday we went to a house, and funny enough, the people that called me out were mold remediators.
Okay.
So that's what they did. They called me out. They said, we don't know what's going on. We can't figure this out.
Yeah.
Aspen figured it out.
There you go.
2 areas that we identified, and we're going to work together to get that fixed.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's been doing great. She's been very in high demand. So
that's awesome.
It's been great. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it because if when she's trained, it's amazing how these dogs can be trained. What breed is that again?
She is a Belgian Malinois, German Shepherd mix, imported from Poland.
Wow.
And trained in Kansas. There's a place out in Kansas, Ironheart. Wow. High performance dogs.
Yeah.
They train bomb dogs. They train drug dogs. They train even bed bug dogs.
Wow.
Mold dogs. They could sniff anything out.
It's amazing how they have that extra, senses and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's great, and I love it when we have, different experts on the show. Rodrigo is a great example of, one of our, business experts, one of the businesses that come on our show, all these different categories. So that's why I say we're kind of the local Google here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to go on to Google, just call the Quarterback Show and we'll put you in touch with the best in the area. What else are you seeing over there at moldsolutions.com, online at moldsolutions.com?
Yeah, for anyone who is a snowbird or, leaves for vacations or whatnot, keep an eye on humidity because I've been seeing what's called a mold bloom in some homes.
Okay.
You don't ever want to leave the house with the AC off just to save some energy and costs. You want to always have your AC pulling that moisture out of the air, keeping your relative humidity ideally under 55.
Okay.
So that's very key. I would say just a mold bloom is where you go out for 3 months, you turn your AC off, you come back, and you walk into every piece of clothes, all the shoes are moldy, the furniture is moldy.
Terrible.
It's just growing everywhere. Right, that's a mold bloom.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You want to keep the AC going. You want to keep the humidity low when you leave. trust me, it's a lot cheaper than remediating.
Yeah, folks
your
that are
entire
from
home.
the Northeast or somewhere that they're kind of used to maybe having a little bit more leeway with that. Coming down to Florida, you can't do that. This is a tropical climate here. I mean, we're in the tropics. I mean,
That's
you
right.
see that. So you see that happening, and then I know speaking with you over the years too. Sometimes people have these kind of looming health issues, and they're wondering, hey, it's not getting better. I took my course of medication that the doctor gave me. I took the whole bottle, and I'm still kind of feeling, I don't know what it is. I can't really pinpoint it, but I don't feel good. And
It's usually an environmental trigger.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
right.
And the doctor says, call Rodrigo, call Mole Solutions.
Yeah, exactly. So you go to a holistic medical practitioner, they'll tell you, get your house checked. If you're not getting better with anything, they can't figure it out. Most likely you have mold triggering those symptoms in
Right.
your house, right? So
Terrible.
you got to get that identified and taken care of. And that's
Absolutely.
what we focus on is the health-centric
Right.
part of remediation.
Absolutely. Moldsolutions.com. I'm going to go ahead and switch gears, talk a little bit about this waste, fraud, and abuse that we're finding. So Blaze Ignolia, if you don't follow him on X. This is from Hillsborough County right here. It says, today our FAFO office found out, the office announced that Hillsborough County has been excessively spending almost $279 million of your hard-earned tax dollars. The good news, taxpayers are going to be able to vote for substantial property tax relief next November. If governments won't give us property tax relief, we will do it ourselves. Let's make it happen and remind governments that it's our money, not theirs. And that's been the theme across the state. $200 million in Orange County. Jacksonville had a ton of money wasted as well. The mayor in Jacksonville also had Blaze also posted on his site, Dave. He posted this $75,000 selfie. And what do you mean by that? Well, at the airport, the city of Jacksonville mayor put her image like a hologram. They paid $75,000 of taxpayer money to put an image of the mayor at the airport welcoming visitors and guests. I don't know about you. I'd rather have, like we do it in Tampa, I think they have a voiceover, on the trams or whatever, the train little. But yeah, let's stop wasting money, guys, because we work hard for our dollars, especially over these last 4 or 5 years with the COVID initiatives and all this money being flown around, sent overseas. We saw what happened on a national level with the big Doge out of D.C. All these dollars that were flying overseas and USAID, all these dollars being spent. But locally, what happens is, and this is where people don't realize. People don't realize a lot of times when you have this tax loophole, it's called a property tax loophole, counties can bypass the 3% homestead cap by raising the millage rate, driving up tax bills without increasing property values. So that's the trick there. So it's not a state thing. It's not a national. It's local government and municipalities. So each separate county, and then you have, of course, different cities, city of Tampa, city of Clearwater, for example. But overspending is just flying out. Our dollars are being spent. And, I think we're tired of it. I think it's going to be on the ballot. So you got to let your friends and neighbors know, because they're going to fight it. They're going to be pushing all these false narratives. Oh, you don't like police officers. You don't like fire. You don't like school. No, that's not the case. We're going to find a way to reduce some of the bloatedness, some of the excessiveness. And then we're going to do common sense solutions to either significantly reduce or eliminate property taxes. But you got to vote for it. It's going to be on the ballot. And there's certain thresholds that, it's a 60%, I think, to get it through one place and then another. But anyways, yeah, just without going into too much detail, make sure your friends and neighbors know about this. Again, $250 million that Hillsborough County spent over the last 10 years. So over the last decade, they're spending $250 million on nonprofits, and the total number is about $279 million of excessive spending. So, Rod, I know it's kind of not your area there, but what's general thoughts from you as a...
What about the potholes? When are those getting fixed instead of the hologram?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, absolutely. It's very frustrating when you're putting all that money out there and you see it spent extravagant waste. It's not cool. So I'm going to vote. I know how to vote and where to vote and
that's right.
What to vote for. So
yep, next November it's going to be on the ballot, and it's not all bad news. Here's national economist Lawrence Young. He's talking about there's a lot of wealth out there for those who saved. Record high stock market, record high real estate wealth, a record high gold price. Can there be an economic recession with this backdrop? Well, the weakness in the job market is not from high unemployment rate, but from slower job additions. And it's also slowed down, too, from this immigration problem we had. We had too much immigration, illegal immigration, and it was beating out Americans, citizens. Again, another message that Charlie Kirk taught us was value the citizen. You don't just bring people in. And it's the same thing happened with the H-1B1 visa, too, where, the government, the tech sector especially, was bringing in all these workers from foreigners, from other countries, obviously, and putting them to work instead of college graduates. So let's help ourselves. Let's focus on, again, America First policies. The unemployment rate has ticked up in recent months, but at 4.3%, it would still be considered as near full employment in textbooks, economic textbooks. The weaker job additions can be partly explained by the federal government shedding jobs. And again, the government was bloated. Trump came in and shedded a bunch of jobs they weren't needed. Right now we've got this government shutdown that's looming, and who's going to be affected? A lot of the corporate and a lot of the government folks that are probably, a lot of them aren't needed. A lot of the jobs are just overly saturated, and they don't really need them. But all right, quick break. Right back. More with Rodrigo Torre, moldsolutions.com. Here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Coming up as well, one of the largest race-based DEI programs, binary initiative, error initiative that was just found out and sniffed out. I'm going to play that clip when we come back. More with Rodrigo Torre here as well. Mold Solutions on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team. Follow us online at Brandon Rimes 1 at CQB Show, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. brimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20 plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rimes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rimes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, welcome back, Consumer Quarterback Show. Thanks, everybody, for supporting the local economy, supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. Call the hotline. Hit us up on the web, consumerqb.com. We've got Rodrigo Torre in studio with Aspen as well, the mold-sniffing detection dog. And moldsolutions.com is our special guest. Coming up, we've got Jennie Restrepo on deck as well, Insured Title Agency. She's a wealth of information for all things relating to title insurance and other parts of the real estate business, of course. All right, a couple of hot listings. We'll jump right back into it. 118 Lakeshore Drive East, Palm Harbor. This one is on Lake Tarpon. Beautiful 180-degree views of the lake, which is a 2,500-acre lake. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, 1,740 square feet. Quarter-acre lot. You got no CD there and an optional HOA. Open concept, gorgeous kitchen, wide open views, and great opportunity to bring your boat, bring your jet skis, and you've got a boathouse there, boat lift, jet ski lift, and a large dock right on Lake Tarpon. Beautiful property, 118 Lakeshore Drive East. Another one of our beautiful listings from the Platinum MVP team. 9594 Southeast Mare Camp Road. This one's in Ocala. We got a commercial property, 5,725 square feet, 1 acre of land. It's a thriving hardware store, multiple income streams. Seller financing is available as well. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Check us out on the Quarterback Show as well at consumerqb.com.
This is God's country.
All right, I want to play this quick clip here, and then we'll get right back into Rodrigo Torre with Mold Solutions, top tips, consumer advocate tips.
Hey guys, so this is really probably one of the largest race-based wealth transfers in the history of the U.S. government. And it really happened because it came, number one, during COVID when we were just hemorrhaging billions of dollars. And number two, during that height of racial insanity a couple years ago. So this is a program called the Homeowner Assistance Fund, and it gave people up to $50,000 apiece to pay housing-related bills. It was passed by Congress and required about half the money to go to homeowners who are at or below the median income, while the remainder could go to wealthier people, but with priority being given to, quote, socially disadvantaged homeowners. So these socially disadvantaged people who have more money than most literally go straight to the front of the line for these huge payments, which essentially excludes everyone else because there's going to be no money left over after that.
So, yeah, the article, there's a lot more to it. We're almost out of time here, but it's a DEI-based policies, and it should not be based on race. It's just like the Biden administration tried to give monies just to black farmers. So, but what about the white farmers? I mean, it's bad. It's not good. We shouldn't be looking at race for any reason. It should just be based on merit and the need. So, all right, final thoughts here. Rodrigo Torre, top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said earlier, you should invest in, if you're at home, invest in a relative humidity meter, have that there. Keep it under 55. That's a big point of advice because I've been seeing mold blooms recently.
Yeah.
Get your HVAC system checked, get your roof checked. I don't think we're going to get another, I'm hoping we don't get another hurricane. I think we could all use a break.
Yes.
But just get everything checked. Window sills, get those seals nice and tight because I've been seeing water intrusion there.
Yeah.
So I would say, get all your homework done on your home as far as preparing for anything that could come.
And that's an easy thing to do. I did that one day. I took a caulk gun and I just went around my windows and just did it myself, and I'm not too handy at all. I can get basic stuff done, but that's a simple one. Just get extra caulking, put it around your windows. That'll stop that from coming in.
Very simple, yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, if you have any questions or we do free estimates, you can give us a call, 727-276-4787.
All right. Rodrigo Torre. Check him out online, moldsolutions.com. Say hello to Ashley and the whole team for us. Appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, coming up, Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency, insured-title.com, coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Also, U.S. economy grew at a 3.8% rate in the second quarter, significantly stronger than previously reported. Coming up, Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Jennie Restrepo joining us back in studio here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We're going to give you a live fraud update. They're catching a lot of fraud. Jennie Restrepo and her team, Insured Title Agency, insured-title.com. Her team, she's got a great team over there, Matt and the entire team, Lisa and Corinne, that's right. Great team over there at Insured Title, local company here. Again, we talk a lot about supporting the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. All of our expert contributors online at consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our experts, and we greatly appreciate everybody that listens to the show, supports the show, and thank you so much. So, all right, a couple of hot listings. We'll jump right back into it here. So we've got a listing at 103 Brigadoon Drive. This one is a beautiful opportunity. You're close to the beaches here. This is 3-3, 1,536 square feet, updated 3-story residence with no rear neighbors. You have a low HOA as well, sparkling community pool, pet-friendly community as well, and a great opportunity to buy real estate close to the beach. You're close to Clearwater Beach, only 8 miles away, and easy access to Gulf to Bay, McMullen Booth, and US 19. You can see that listing on our website as well. 12941 Wildflower Meadow is another beautiful listing here in Riverview, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate. This one is 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, 2,949 square feet, located in Triple Creek. It's a vibrant Riverview community with 990 acres of planned development close to the Triple Creek Nature Preserve. Now, I love this community. You look at those community pools. Look at the community pool there, the tennis and basketball courts, large clubhouse for all your parties and events. Hurricane shutters are included on this property. Resort-style amenities, fitness center, playground, walking trails as well. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
That's right. Shout out to our veterans out there, all of our troops. Coming up as well, we got the latest Pinellas County and Hillsborough County stats. We're going to tell you what's going on with the absorption rate, what about the month's supply of inventory, kind of what that outlook is looking forward. And let's welcome back Jennie Restrepo, Consumer Quarterback Show. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. So you're busting people, waste, fraud, and abuse. And,
that is our mission.
Yeah.
Whether we realize that we were taking that on or not, that is our mission, to ensure that every transaction that comes through our office is legitimate, that there is no fraud involved, that we have all of the correct people, that we're getting, as they say, all of the T's crossed, the I's dotted. But that is one of the biggest things that we are seeing, is as many transactions that are 100% legit, there are those ones that try to sneak through the cracks. These fraudsters are out there doing the most to try to get at least one or two of them closed. Honestly, for them, no, there's nothing invested in it. So if they attempt 100 times and one time hits, it was worthwhile for them. But it could be a devastating situation for you if you end up being the buyer, or if you are the seller and the rightful owner, you've now lost the rights to your property.
Yeah, and a lot of times it is the vacant land. How do they perpetrate these? What is the strategy or the tack that these people take?
Well, the easiest part, as it seems, is getting it listed, because the typical listing process, especially these fraudsters, are looking at vacant land. They think there's no one living on the property. There's no domicile. We don't need to get inside. We don't need keys. There's no inspection. It's just dirt. So they're going after vacant land, and then they're able to see in the public record that the owner of record is out of the state. And so they're calling up a real estate agent and simply saying, hey, I want to list my property with you. And the typical threshold for I would like to list with you is sounds great. What's your email address? They say that they are the person. We've even seen the deep fakes of, okay, my broker requires me to have a photo ID for anyone that is out of the area or that I haven't met in person. They're faking those. I mean, there's so many programs out there, AI, where you can just say, put this picture and make it look like a Florida ID and put this name.
Wow.
So you don't even have to actually know how to use Photoshop or anything like that. Unfortunately, as our technology improves, so do these fraudsters exploit it to their benefit.
Yeah.
And many times the real estate agent is unsuspecting, or they feel that they've done their due diligence and they're just getting smarter and smarter at it.
Yeah, it's a sad deal. It's, if you always hear this is, hey, if they would put that into something positive, maybe they could be a successful entrepreneur.
For sure.
And I've heard it said too, even just on a kind of a little bit of a tangent here, because it's something that's kind of on my heart right now. When you think about, the ability to earn income, right? Like our grandparents, it was, dawn to dusk, right? They had to get it done during those hours. Now we have at our fingertips the internet. We have all these different programs. We have videos, education, courses, and you don't even really have to spend money for this stuff. A lot of it's free on YouTube or Rumble, wherever you go for your access. But if you're born into poverty, I've heard it say that's not your fault. But if you stay in poverty and you stay in a position where you're not making money, then that is your fault, because you have the capacity, you have the agency to skill up. It's all about improving your skills, right? So today, in today's age, when you go on YouTube, you can learn any kind of a skill. You can learn real estate, you can learn investing, you can learn so many different ways to improve your status in the country. There's no excuses. So the question is, what are you doing from 7 to 11 p.m.? Right. So 7 to 11, you work your day job, you come home, you grab a meal, you play with the dogs or the kids. And then from 7 to 11, invest in yourself. Learn something new. I'm learning Spanish right now. Just I figure, hey, I might be able to grab a few more deals every year.
Está bien.
Oh, I've got un poquito español, mi amigo. But I just joined a course. We have a new show contributor, Cosimo. He has a company that's Genius in 21 days. So I'm learning Spanish. Now it might take me a little bit longer than 30 days, but that's okay. Look, it's not a rush. I'm not rushing to do that. But my point is, today's age with the internet, it should be no excuses. Go out and learn the skills, read the books, even audio books. I mean, they can read the book to you as you're going to sleep at night. That's what I love about technology, but it can be used in the wrong ways too.
Well, if you're spending that much time and effort figuring out how to commit crimes, then you obviously have the inclination, the resources, and the time to put your talents towards good versus evil.
That's right.
That's an option.
Yeah.
But we are dedicated to sorting these things out and protecting all of our clients. And as Brandon mentioned, we are locally owned. We are a small business. We also live here in the community, and our team has been together for years. And so, not to sound cliche, but we treat our clients like family. We would not want our family members to become victims of fraud. Mm-hmm. It's not just another transaction or just another file for us.
Yep.
And we have there's a name and a face to all of this, and home ownership really feels like the most vulnerable of transactions that you deal with, because oftentimes it involves a lot of money. You may have saved up for this, or you are inheriting a home from a family member. You are planning to grow your own family or let your family home and downsize. So, a lot of times we're dealing with emotions. We're dealing with a lot of money. And so you have to take that seriously and pay attention to all of the little details to protect consumers, protect the community against these would-be fraudsters that they don't care. It's all about the money for them.
Yeah, I had one about a year ago. A gentleman called me up, and it sounded shady a little bit. I think I might have called you, and then you did some research for me and helped me out with that, and I had him come in. He actually came right into the studio here and sat in the lobby, and I talked to him, and we ended up putting a deal together, made a deal happen. But it was something similar to that. I can't remember that long back, but it was they were trying to buy it even at an undervalued price point. But yeah, that's true, man. Look, there's so much good to be done. There's so much opportunity. Use these skills. But hey, we just caught some too, didn't we? What's the guys that got caught? There was a couple of those last time we spoke about. A couple of these guys got caught,
Yes.
and they're facing severe penalties now.
So that is one of the exciting news changes, is that not only are now these people getting caught, but they are being prosecuted. So we're setting case precedent for, if you do this, then there are consequences. And then that way law enforcement and prosecutors have something to go by, because in the past, financial fraud has all been sort of looped into one.
Right.
So identity theft, title theft, mortgage fraud, credit card fraud. From a national standpoint, I think the FBI sort of puts them all into one bucket. So then it's hard to kind of sort out, well, how much is this increasing? We're not necessarily drilling it down and categorizing it specifically enough to really track it. But these criminals have found ways that, obviously, in states where we have transparency and we have public record, they are, again, exploiting that to their advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just joined us, we're talking with Jennie Restrepo. She is the Director of Marketing, Insured Title Agency here. Local company, support the local economy, insured-title.com. They're on Instagram as well. They're real active on social. Talk with her about all of your title needs, anything happening there. And, of course, we work with her and her team earlier, as well as earlier you mentioned something about 4 years, but you didn't mean 4 years. You've been in business for over close to a decade now or more,
sorry.
right?
Insured Title Agency has been in business for 18 years.
That's what I thought, yeah.
But it's FOR. 4 years we've
That's
all
what I
been
thought you
together,
meant,
but
yeah.
not FOUR.
I wanted to clarify.
Yes, thank you. No, we have, our company has weathered many storms. We were part of the real estate boom, the real estate crash, COVID, all of these things, and we have stayed strong and continue to be dedicated to our clients in the community and trying to fight fraud where and when we can.
Well, that says a lot too. You know, when you over this last year, I just pulled some of the biggest names in real estate stats in Tampa Bay just to kind of compare. Hey, where are we at? Where are these guys at? Some of the bigger names that you know, and I was like, wow. Everybody's down a little bit. You know, you pull these last 12 months, everybody's down. But what happens is the market contracts, less transactions happen. Now you see who the 80-20 are, right? The 20% of agents that are doing 80% of the business. That's your 80-20 rule, that Pareto principle. Kind of interesting how that came about. Wilfredo Pareto, he was an Italian economist, and he noticed that, hey, you know, it's interesting. This 80-20 rule, it's called the Pareto principle. It happens almost everywhere. You see it. You see 20% of the people committing 80% of the crimes, you know, these repeat offenders. And it's interesting, too, if you look in your closet, and I know it's true with me, I wear about 20% of my clothes 80% of the time, you know, because there's other clothes I don't wear much, you know. Yes. But that 80-20 rule, it's just a natural law that happens to play out. My point is when you have contraction in the market like this, you're going to have about 20 or 30% or more of the real estate agents go out of business, title companies go out of business, and so on and so forth. So the people that are in business now have weathered the storms, and they're the true professionals in the business, Jennie.
Thank you. Well, we've remained dedicated and focused on the mission, and we have weathered both hurricanes, the real estate market changes, all of the ups and downs, and you know, we are still here doing the same kind of work, staying dedicated and helping to protect our clients from fraud.
Yeah, and let's talk about the stats here. So I have the latest Hillsborough County stats right here in front of me. If you're watching our YouTube channel, you can see kind of the detail that we have here when we go through these stats. But basically, we want to be your local real estate economist of choice. We want you to know that we know what we're talking about when we're pricing homes, when we're looking at absorption rates and numbers. So when you have, the latest stats here, 6647 active listings in Hillsborough County. Now, and that's for August. So if we divide that out, that's 1,651 sold. That gives us a 24.8, call it 25% absorption rate. Okay, that's how quickly the properties are being sold off the marketplace, out of the market. Now, if we divide that out by 100, that gives us a 4-month supply of inventory. So if no new inventory hit the market, everything that was currently sitting out there that was on the market would sell in 4 months at the current buying rate. Now, where does that put us? Is that a buyer's market, a balanced market? Is that a seller's market? It's actually still on the seller side. It's still on the seller's market because you're less than, some say 5 to 7% is balanced. To call that a balance. Some are strict on the 6 months. But I would say, hey, we're kind of leaning towards that. And inventory, if you compare it, what's interesting is when you compare these now. So current 25% absorption rate. Remember March of 22? Gangbusters, sight unseen, and multiple offers. Guess what the absorption rate was back in March of 2022? 219%. Okay. So that was back then. And then guess what the month's supply of inventory was in March of 2022? A half a month.
Yeah, I was about to say negatives.
15-day month supply of inventory. So that was the pace that the folks were buying the properties. So, and if you also, here's another one. 6,647 actives now. Back in March of 22, there were only 1,118 actives. So that's a difference of 5,702 active listings. So in other words, buyers today have 6.1 times more options than they did back in March of 22. So there's your latest real estate stats. Let's take a quick break. More with Jennie Restrepo here coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Shout out to our friend Lee over at Lee's Royal Services as well. Use him for your home and office cleaning. He does a great job. Lee'sRoyalServices.com. Home and office cleaning from Lee'sRoyalServices.com. Make sure you let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. Governor DeSantis and First Lady announced $60 million funding opportunity for cancer research. Coming up, feel good story and more with Jennie Restrepo.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net. For all of your surveying needs, land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rimes here in studio with Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency. And we got the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Coming up as well, DeSantis announced $60 million funding opportunity for cancer research. It's really interesting. We'll touch on that here as well. A couple of hot listings here. 10413 Main Street in Pinellas. This is a great opportunity for land. We have a motivated seller. We did a price improvement here on Main Street in Pinellas. 3.63 acres of vacant land. Zoning is PD. You got a commercial zoning here. Busy gas station across the street, stone's throw from vibrant parts of Tampa. Easy access to major highways and thoroughfares. So this one's a little wooded. You're going to have to maybe remove some trees. You want to make sure you do your testing, find out that the structure, whatever type of structure or business you want to put there, will be allowed for zoning. So we'll walk you through all that. It's different questions, different set of questions that you have from buying a single-family home, of course. 3314 Fernleaf Drive in Hernando Beach. This one's a waterfront property in Hernando Beach, and you have access to the Gulf of America here. This is a property. You have a nice seawall, existing seawall. You have a boat dock there, and a nice lot here. This one's a .20, so just under a quarter acre. Zoning is R2, offering access to Gulf waters and mangroves. Double lot that offers exceptional value and space. No HOA or CDD fees or deed restrictions. Freedom with options to rent or rent long or short term when you build a house. That's 3314 Fernleaf Drive, Hernando Beach. Another beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team. It's 82 feet by 100 feet. And a beautiful property there. Great opportunity to buy some dirt right here in beautiful Tampa Bay.
Buy dirt, find one you can't live without.
All right, I was going to throw this in here, and I'm going to go back to Jennie Restrepo here in just a moment. But DeSantis visited University of South Florida. He talked about third-year funding opportunity for the Florida Cancer Innovation Fund. The initiative will provide $60 million for high-impact cancer research focusing on nutrition practices for prevention and treatment. And he was quoted saying, "I was proud to announce that applications are opening this week for the next round of cancer research projects through the Florida Cancer Innovation Fund." It later also goes on to talk about how the focus is on nutrition and preventative strategies that directly aligns with the Florida MAHA initiative as well. So, yeah, hey, look, I love that. The focus being on preventative and what right foods to eat and things like that. So I love that because too many people are affected with cancer. We all know somebody that's either in our friends network or family network that's been affected. So let's eradicate cancer. All right, Jennie Restrepo back here in studio with us. She represents Insured Title Agency. And we got, let's pull up 3308 Landing Place there, Dave, because we've got an event going on. Jennie's helping us with that.
Yes, so October 1st in the afternoon, we are going to be having a broker's open at this beautiful property. So wanted to highlight that. We've already done the title search on this. We've done the lien search. We have an insurance quote. Everything that you need to know as a buyer, or if you're an agent representing a buyer, come check it out. See everything that there is to see about this property. It has a beautiful pool. Take some social media videos, which we can help you with. And let's try to get this one sold, get your buyer moving into this beautiful home. And that's what Insured Title Agency does for all of our listings. And partnered with the Consumer Quarterback Show is as soon as the team gets a listing, we make a beautiful book that has all the information that a prospective buyer would need. A property profile, gives you neighborhood demographics, gives you an idea of closing costs. We do that to make sure that when you look at this property and you go to write that offer, that you have all the information that you need to make that informed decision, and we can welcome you home.
Yeah, I love it. And a lot of times you hear the term pre-qualified buyer. Hey, Brandon, I only want you to bring me pre-qualified buyers. I understand that. That's great. Yeah, let's make sure they're underwritten. Let's look at if they're W-2'd or self-employed. Let's find out if the income matches up with the job descriptions and the job titles. But also on the flip side, that's what I love about Jennie with her company, and they'll actually pre-approve the property in a sense, right?
Let's pre-qualify this property because there's a lot of different decisions that are going to go into this for you as the buyer. If there's homeowners, if there's a homeowners association, what are those rules? Do those work for what you're trying to do? How much is that? What's the insurance quote going to look like? Does it require flood insurance? All of these things that are going to affect like what your monthly payment is going to look like. What are the closing costs going to look like? What are the schools like in the area? And making sure that this property has clear title, that you are purchasing it, becoming the rightful owner, getting all of the property rights and none of the problems of the past. Yeah. So that is a standard service that we offer at Insured Title Agency to all of our listing partners. So every Platinum MVP listing, you can feel assured that the home, in a way, quote unquote, has been pre-qualified for your buyer.
That's right. Yep. You still want to get your home inspection, all that good stuff. Real quick, property fraud alerts. What do they do for that as well?
Okay, so Property Fraud Alert is a service that is available for free through the county. So go to just Google Property Fraud Alert for whatever county where your property is located or your family members, and then you can sign up. I recommend getting text alerts, and that way if anything is recorded in your name in that county, you will get a text alert, and then call the show and we will make sure that you do not become a victim of fraud.
That's right. Yep. Make sure you monitor that, and it's free now.
It's free.
67 counties, all 67 counties in Florida. All right. Hey, another great show. Jenny, thanks for coming in.
Thanks
for
having
those
me.
tips. Appreciate that. Rodrigo Torre as well in Aspen, the mold detection dog on the front end of the show. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And thank you for supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Platinum MVP team, and all of our experts. ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.